Understand I don't know y'all. Remember, I love everybody. I am not your licensed therapist, and nothing shared on this podcast should be taken as medical, mental health, or legal advice. The discussions we have here are for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. We engage in open, honest conversations, sometimes including the mindful use of cannabis in a therapeutic setting. So kick back, take what resonates, and remember, always consult your own licensed professional for personalized guidance.
Man, put the eighth down and come solve these problems.
All right, so we got Clifford II and Clifford III?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the original is not here today.
Yeah.
Now is the original. Okay, all right. So the original is still here.
Yeah, he's still here.
All right. So let's start here. What do they call you where you're from? That's my question number one. I'm coming to you. So what they call you where you from?
Corky.
Oh, Corky?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where you from? Let's get that out the way.
East Orange, New Jersey.
Okay. Okay. That's when I hear Jersey. All I know is that's the armpit of New York.
Yeah.
That's what I used to hear all the time. That's the armpit of New York.
That's a new one. I never heard that.
You never heard that before?
They do be saying that.
Yeah, they used to say that.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all also, they pump your gas for you in New Jersey. Like you don't pump gas. That was a trip for me. Going through that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like back in the day, for real. So, okay. New Jersey Drive. I definitely remember that. I'm trying to just think, y'all got some nice areas in Jersey, though. I ain't gonna keep on that. Some nice areas in Jersey.
Where I'm from is the hood. Like, so it ain't no, nice. I mean, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no nice areas. It ain't like, Cherry Hill. Like, you know what I mean? Like going to like the beautiful parts of New Jersey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hood. You know what I mean? It's hood.
Who named you that, though? Who gave you that? Well, like, who's the first time you hearing that name?
My aunt gave me that name before I was born. I had nothing to do with it. Like they used to tell my mom, like, "Oh, you Friday? Like, you pop this cork." Yeah. Wow. And then they give me the nickname Corky. I'm like, really? Yes. That's the best y'all can do. But it stuck and they ran with it. That's what everybody called me.
Right. So is it a love-hate relationship with the name?
No, I love it. I embrace it. I embrace it.
Yeah.
It's just when I know about the the history of it, where it came from, I just feel like, wow, that's how y'all did that. Like, yeah.
Okay. You go by anything else? Anybody else call you anything?
Nah, it's either Corky or depending on where you know me for, or Cliff. They call me by my name, Cliff.
Yeah, break it down.
Kind of like let me know too where you know me from. Like if you call me Corky right from the rip, it's like, okay, you must know. I can't even say that now because my name is like kind of public now, so and it's Corky the Barber, so it's kind of like so it's
hard to run from that one.
Yeah, I can't kind of like go on. Okay, you know me from childhood because you know Corky, but nah,
it ain't that. Yeah. That's all around. It's kind of part of you now. That's your identity.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. Now, you were, I guess that's a junior, so you wanted to keep that going.
Yeah, to keep on the legacy from my dad, you know what I'm saying? I felt like he deserved it, you know what I mean?
That's good.
I'm the only child, you know what I'm saying, to keep his name going, so
Me too.
Okay.
I'm the only child.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, we are only child.
Babe! Oh, hell no. I don't believe this. You serious?
Swear to
You
God.
got 3 only children? That's so odd. That's so odd.
Yeah.
Because when I say I'm the only child, I'm always the only one in the room who's the only child. They be looking at me like, for real?
Yeah.
Only child.
Only child, bro.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever want a sibling?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You get to that point.
Yeah.
But then when you realize it ain't going to happen and you got cousins that's around your age, they become like your siblings. So it's like, it's a wrap.
Good point.
When you're younger, because you want that playmate.
Yeah.
But as you start to get older, you grow out of that and then you accept your cousins as, and then it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Then you don't care after that. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because that was me. That was me too. Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. What they call you where you from?
Trey. Everybody calls me Trey. That's been the nickname since day one. Mm-hmm. Everybody calls me Trey. It's the same situation with him. I do go by Cliff too in professional settings, like at work, school, just because that's the name on the roster. Mm-hmm. So in his case, not like mine. If somebody does call me Trey, I know for a fact they know my family or they know me from earlier. And if they call me Cliff, more than likely I've met you as an adult.
So when you traveled and you went up north and stuff, how'd you introduce yourself?
Cliff.
Okay, so yeah, they wouldn't know Trey. I talk about that too. Like, I can go somewhere different, and whatever I introduce myself as, that's what you got to go with. You don't know unless you got my ID. You don't know. Right. So yeah, I had a whole new identity if I would like to.
I had a couple of buddies in college that ended up meeting either my mom or whatever, and they would hear her call me Trey. Like, who's Trey? And but so it like honestly, not that I mean those buddies I love them to this day. They're still my boys. But like even hearing them call me Trey, it's awkward because they know and they do it on purpose. They know like they shouldn't know that. So it's just funny. But yeah, definitely introduce them as Cliff.
I like that. It's like they know the inside scoop.
Yeah, they got the inside. Like
right.
I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, Cork? I'm like, what up, bro? I know you don't really know me from that way, but I get it. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, Corky, what's your motto in life? Like words to live by or maybe words to die to?
That's a good question. A motto? I don't know. I don't...
Like, yeah, any type of like little, sayings or something like that you got,
Yeah, one of the things that I go by too, and one of my favorite animals is a turtle. And I got them tatted on my arm too, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it represents to me like slow progress is better than no progress. You know what I'm saying? So no matter where you are in life, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're trying to make progress, it doesn't matter, about people's timetables. It's you as an individual finding yourself. You know what I mean? So long as you're just making progress, it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like you just have to figure out what works for you. What works for you. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, now if you have goals, then you have to figure out how to execute those goals. But everything has to deal with progress at the end of the day.
I like that. Hey, man, when you said it kind of made me think about what he said in this, when he was talking about, when he's seeing different people and they having the success, and then I'm just gonna do what they do because I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would I argue with that? Right. But now watch this. You just said it yourself. Like, I gotta find out what works for me. Yep. Because that ain't my race. Nope. His race ain't my race is what I'm saying. That's all I'm getting at. I'm just trying to correlate and bring it together because
it's principles.
Yeah. So I see what you're doing, bro. I'm finna take a lot of that philosophy. I'm the discipline, all that type of stuff. Like I'm on it. Consistency. I'm on it, but my results gonna be different than yours. Mine might be better than yours. You always gotta know that. Yeah. Like I see how you is. I wanted to get there, but I got there and I surpassed that. Now what's next? Now I gotta do a new checklist. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. It happens that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Surpass your mentor.
That's exciting.
Surpass your mentor.
And see, watch this. Well, you be saying stuff. Well, here we go. All right. Any good teacher, I'm supposed to put everything I got into you to make you go out there and be better than me. I got to check my ego at the door if I'm a teacher. If I'm an effective teacher, I'm taking everything I've known. You a fresh pair of eyes. You younger than me. You come on. You seeing stuff that I ain't even tapped in on. So I can learn from you. I can learn from the older too. Like we learn from the wisdom. Like I get that, but I think we forget about the babies. Yeah. And I learn from them babies too, is what I'm saying. So if I'm a teacher towards one of them,
these cats
I'm giving you everything I got so you can go out there and be better than me. Yeah. That's what I think
my son, his generation, like my nephew, boy, that's it. Y'all 20-something, y'all some smart cats.
Yo, sharp.
Yeah, sharp. Because they got a lot of stuff that they grew up with that they think is just regular, but we didn't have that.
Nah, we have access to it.
We have access to it.
But
that's everyday thing for them.
Right. Like it's in the palm of your hand.
Right. They come out the womb. They come out the womb on the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what dial up sound like?
Not really.
Yeah. Right. I should play the sound for him right now.
They'll be like, what the?
Yeah. AOL disc coming in the mail. We got a few hours. We're finna go get on the computer right now. You don't know about none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't finna do that. I don't want to sound old, but I'm just saying, y'all got it to where you have so much information in the palm of your hand. It's just whatever you choose to do with it. Yeah. That's it. If you choose to do something with it.
And technology is so, progressed so much. It's like,
Right. And that's why I'm trying to stay current.
Yeah.
So I like to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't one of them to be like, oh, yeah, y'all don't be doing this.
No.
Man, live your life, bro. Live your life.
Yeah, I hate got you working smarter, not harder, bro. You know what I'm saying? We out here doing it the old way. I'm like, nah, you don't do that. We stopped doing that 10 years ago. Like, what you doing that for?
Right.
This is all I know because I was comfortable with it. Nah, it's easier ways to do things, bro. Like you say, you got to start tap into these younger cats. You be like, oh, man. I'm like...
Yeah, wealth of knowledge, resources. Got a sharp young man here with me. So, talk to me. Mm-hmm. What is your motto in life? What does you live by? What does you die to?
I got two.
All right.
So one of them, I think it might be a Greek word. I think it's pronounced Meraki, I believe. Meraki. And it's the concept of putting your soul into something. Like since I was younger, I've always been obsessed with the idea of I don't want to say living forever, but leaving something that you're known for forever. And so the idea or the concept of Meraki is that you do something, but you leave a part of yourself in it. And so, what's the one way that we've been proven to live forever? It's usually through art, poetry, music, something that will be here long after you aren't. And so, one of my goals is at some point in my life, I would love to find something that I'm so passionate about that I put all my energy into it. And this is something that I'm leaving for my kids, their kids. And it's just like something they can see that, man, back in 2020, whenever, 3000, whatever, you'd be like, he did this for us, or this is something that I did for the world. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I'm known for. I'm remembered by. So I like that concept of Meraki. And then my favorite quote from Shakespeare is in Hamlet, where I don't know who says it actually. Is it Ophelia or somebody says it in Hamlet, whatever. But the quote goes, Lord, we know who we are, yet we know not what we may be. I love that because it helps me.
I'm sorry because I said something when you said it that was discourteous. Like for the podcast purpose, would you just say it again, like audio? Just say it again.
The quote is, Lord, we know who we are, yet we know not what we may be. And the whole point of that for me is just like today, I know who I am. Okay. I'm a 25-year-old young man living in Central Florida, right? But a year from now, I have no idea who I'll be. 2 years from now, I don't know. 5 years from now, I have no idea. I can try to predict it as much as I can, but accepting that the roller coaster of what's going to happen, that, and being okay with that.
Okay. You said the Meraki and you said Macbeth quote, or was it Hamlet? Hamlet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, so that's one of my favorite quotes from Shakespeare as well. I'm a hip hop head though. I think, I grew up in the, I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 90s. Let me be clear on that. But, because of the era, I'm product of my environment. We talked about that. Jay-Z on his 444 album, he put that in one of his songs.
His favorite song on the album.
Mine too. Yep. Mine too. That's the one that he really went in. And he was talking about his mom and everything on that one. Like that song is crazy. Lyrically, crazy. He actually got y'all, this is me. He actually got this book right here. You ever heard of this one? Just show this to Pops too when you get done with it. But
I've never even seen this before.
Okay.
He's got this is the Rorschach.
Yeah, Rorschach test.
Yeah.
But it's not. It is, but it's not. That's how they these motherfuckers. Man, goddamn Jay-Z.
This Jay-Z book?
Yes, decoded. And if you like any of his songs and if his lyrics,
I'm a J-head.
Man, it break it down. Stuff from Politics as Usual. Why, like the first albums, like all that stuff, he break it down, like what he means in these lyrics. He is the king. But yeah, so when you started with the line, I was like, I knew the line before he put it in the song, but the way he put it in the rhyme, I was amazing. Like, oh, that shit was, and he even told you I'm gonna do it.
He said, maybe I'm the one, or maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah. Let me just give you a little quote from Hamlet. You know what I'm saying? And then just went into it. I was like, who does that? He made it rhyme. He made it so smooth, man. Yeah. But to me, ain't nobody killing Ab though. Even Jay-Z got to give that man credit. Like he has given that man a lot of credit on them lyrics, but this ain't a music show. We ain't gonna do that. Yeah. I digress.
I'm a hip hop head. I'm born from that generation.
Right. You can't help it.
Look, I'm born from the the history. I was born in 73. That's when hip hop started.
Right. Started on up top too, up there by y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, straight up. I give credit what credit is due.
My mom had that. She had influence in that too. She used to sing on some of that Sugar Hill stuff.
Word.
Yeah. Well, my mom was she was like into like music, like. That's what she did. That was her profession. One of her professions. Her and her sister used to do the same.
He's saying this as if like Duke Ellington isn't like, what is her? He's her second cousin?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
He's a relative of ours.
Yeah. Y'all listen to any of that type of music, or how you feel?
I have, but he was brilliant. Like what he did, you know what I'm saying? But he was just like a few generations removed. I didn't know him directly or anything. I don't even know any of his like his siblings or like his extended family, like his kids. I don't know them. Like, I don't know who they are. Yeah. Like, we don't have family unions like that. So, I mean, it's probably like down the line.
Yeah. I get it.
So, but.
That's all cool, man.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was cool. Yeah, my mom knew she knew Whitney Houston and all them. Like, she know her mama. She used to sing with her mom and stuff.
Whitney is the voice.
Yeah.
I don't really know nobody.
Yeah, she knew hers. Like, she was like, "Oh, little Nippy." I'm like, they had nicknames for her too. I'm like, okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Whitney knew me, but I didn't really know her. But she knew of me because she knew my mom, and she knew that she had a child, and she might have seen when I was a kid. But I didn't know her. I didn't have a personal relationship with her. But she knew, like, they knew our families and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah. We had a lot going on that one right there. I want to make sure that we get you on the Hamlet. Like, as far as like what it means to you and everything like that. Okay.
I mean, honestly, Jay-Z virtually puts it together. We just, saying maybe I'm the one or maybe I'm crazy. Like, that's the point. Like, accepting that you don't know. Yeah. So you just keep going because you don't know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
You don't know.
Focus on becoming.
Right.
Focus on becoming. Like, straight up, if you truly know, go out and do. Mm-hmm. And we'll see. You'll see. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm, or maybe I'm just crazy. I still am the one. I'm still that one. Either way you put it.
I'm the one.
Yeah. That's real. Oh, that was beautiful, bro.
I love that, man.
All right. So
that will be on me at some point.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I'm gonna say this since you brought up Hamlet. My favorite one from him is Othello. I got that book in here somewhere.
And I haven't. It's crazy. That's probably one of the ones I haven't gone over in school was Othello.
Yeah, they don't go over that one.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, Othello is the one. That's the one I like. So check it. And it's a small book. It ain't even super long. Check that one. I got it. I can't not right now. But yeah, Othello. That's the one. Has someone ever given you a last chance? And for what?
Last chance.
Ultimatum type thing. Trey, you better not ever. Boy, please don't do that again. Like, I'm telling you, that type of stuff. Have you ever had any type of ultimatum given to you?
I don't think so.
In life?
I don't believe I've had
parents, friends, school.
No, I'm really trying to think about. No, and here's I'll say why I don't think I've ever been put in that type of situation. I try to pride myself on being open and very communication wise. Like, I try to keep that as open as possible. So I don't think I've had any type of relationship where it's come down to like it's at like the climax point right there is like, you can't mess up. You can't I don't think I've ever had that type of pressure where I had to make a decision and like, that was it. I don't think so. I really can't. I can't recall a time where I felt like that.
It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Okay. How about yourself?
I kind of feel similar like how he's saying, but like, I guess you could say like a last chance because I've been married before, been divorced. So I guess, but I never felt like it was a last chance. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was just a mutual agreement. So I don't know if that kind of fits in the same. That's the only thing I could think of where I could be like, nobody's ever gave me, like, put me in a situation where I felt like I had to make a decision where if you don't do this, then it's over. Or you do this, then we can't talk no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always felt like my communication style and being a solid human being kind of like overrides a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're meant to be in my life, you'll be in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's no reasons or something that you can do to me that we would stop communicating unless you just deemed it as so. It'd be more so coming, I think, from your side, not my side. Because I'm going to stay solid to who I am. Now, you know, if something happens and you got a problem with something, then, you know what I mean? It's more of a personal thing. You know what I mean? You know, if I stop communicating with somebody, it's more so, because this way I look at it, like, if I stop communicating with somebody, just like, okay, I don't fuck with you like that, because maybe we just don't see right on a certain ideology or the way you move, or maybe your morals and your standards don't match my morals and my standards. So I can't see how I'm sitting at the table breaking bread with you because now I'm being phony.
Talk about it. That's real. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little bit of like background on why I asked y'all that though. I asked everybody the same questions, but it's a reason why I asked that question. Not us specifically, but generally people, man, we'll give an ultimatum quick. Like, but it's rare that we receive them well, you know? So I'll try to get, you know, just get behind like, how do y'all, you know, go through the world with that type of pressure sometime, because people give ultimatums all the time. Yeah. Now, whether I listen to it or not, that's up to me. Yeah. But you know, they will give them. Yeah. Hey, you need to do this, or this gonna be this, you know? So that's what I was trying to get at, you know, if you have anything like that in your life. That get down to lay down mentality. Right. And I don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm not one of them. I don't like that. Yeah. See, don't see, package it right for me. Don't approach me that way. If you got some concerns, we need to talk. You know, let's communicate. But don't hit me with the this way or the highway or the whoop, whoop, whoop. That's gonna be an issue. So that's all.
And I'll be honest, being that I can't remember being in that situation. But just knowing my personality, probably how I would receive it, it would definitely. I mean, I'm not saying it would be bad, but I would, from how I've been raised and the experiences that I've had, is that I understand that you can't force people to do nothing. Yeah, no. So
it took me a while to learn that though. Watch this. It took me a while.
So you giving me an ultimatum to me is like, so I was like, oh wait, so you trying to force my hand? Right. I don't operate like that personally.
Good.
So I'm like, okay, well then it's gonna be what it is. Like that's
that's what you stand on.
Yeah, that's what you stand
so strong about that.
I respect that, but we just not. It don't work like that.
Yeah, but you can't make me see your point of view because I have a different point of view. It's called perspective. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so you can try to see how I see it, and then I can also try to see where you're coming from, and then we can, you know, that truth lies somewhere in the middle, so we can come to an agreement. We can agree to disagree. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with agreeing to disagree. That still don't mean that I don't respect you.
And man, see, and to me that's the key though. So we can agree or we can disagree, but when we do it, let's do it in a respectful way. Just no disrespect. That's my thing. Like, people are going to have disagreements. No one people are going to just all think the same or agree on all the same stuff. But when we do disagree, man, can we be respectful? When have you ever made the first move? And wherever your mind went, that's what we're going with it. I'm super vague.
Make the first move.
In life. Anything.
I think in my life I made a lot of first moves because I did stuff on my own.
I just need one. Yeah. Hone in on that one situation. Hope you're thinking over there.
Oh, I'm good. I got mine.
I could think, because I always thought for myself, even when I was younger. So it was like making the first move. I think I was like one of the ones to make the first move to decide not to go to a school that all my peers was going to. So even though everybody was funneling into one system, I decided to do something different. So to me, that marked something for me and my mental, saying that, you know, I'm never really in a box. You can make your first move and do other things and still have success outside of what somebody else thinks, or a majority of a group, what they think. So that kind of set my foundation for life, meaning that I can think for myself, but if I don't think like the people around me or the masses, it's okay as long as I can stand on a principle in which I believe is true to me.
You knew that at a young age, though? You knew that young?
I'm not saying that I knew. I mean, I could explain it well now, and I'm older.
Yeah,
but I didn't understand what I was doing but it was in me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I did music and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know, you got to have a certain kind of confidence within yourself to be able to express yourself and ideas to somebody that's your peers that you're trying to fit in with. But at the same aspect, when you're doing music, you got to be true to yourself. So you can't really care about what your peers think. You got to do what's right for you.
Right.
You know, but it's like a learning process to be comfortable in that. We might know it, but to actually express it and do it is two different things.
Boy, I agree 100%. I never looked at it the way you said it though. Like I'm realizing that in the moment right now as you saying that.
Okay.
Like I never looked at it that way, but I think that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, like, man, like knowing that young, but that's just what it was.
Yeah.
Like, now I can process it and
you can process. Yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of things you can look back on the past and you don't know why you're doing something. And then as you get older, you look back on it, you be like, oh man, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
But you couldn't explain it. You're just doing it because you're living in that moment. You know what I'm saying? You're living in that moment. You're just like, I know this is good for me. Everybody around you saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But bro, like, if it's not something that's breaking the law or not doing something, you know, that's going to hurt somebody else, like, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take that first step.
Mm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Trey, so first move, kind of similar to his ideology too, where a lot of my peers or even some of my friends, when it was time to decide where to go for school, college, and all that stuff, I already knew in the back of my mind that the day I graduated, I was trying to get as far away from home as possible. Not because I didn't like it here, but I wanted to be as close to on my own as possible. So everyone else that I knew wanted to be within arm's reach of their parents, their family, friends, people they already knew.
That support system.
The support system, which is absolutely, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But
a lot of people don't have it.
I wanted to go somewhere that one I'd never really been before and see if I could make something out of it that meant something to myself in the long run. So my first time ever really being in the city of Boston, I was moving into my dorm. It was just me, my mom, and my cousin. That's it. And then when they left, I'm like, damn, I got a whole new city that I've never been in before that I got to learn. I got to figure out, am I going to get a job here? Who am I going to meet here? How am I going to make friends?
Yeah, man.
But that type of pressure to me was fun. It was new. I was 17. I was like, what can go wrong? Of course, as an adult now, you can think back like, everything could go wrong. But when you're in the moment, it's fun. It's something new. It's refreshing. And I think that's probably the fun part into making most of those first moves. It's like, yeah, you don't know what's on the other side of it. That's the uncertainty of it. But as I get older, I'm learning to accept more and more of that uncertainty because there's a lot of things in this world we can't control. You just bring your best you to the table and see where it go from there.
And you knew that at a young age. You knew that at 17.
Yeah, at 17, I knew for a fact I wanted to go solo, see how I could do it. I wanted to prove to myself that I could buy my food, get my own job, take care of myself, and be on my own. I 100% wanted to prove it to myself. Not because I didn't think not that I thought that people didn't think I could do it, but I just wanted to be like, I want to confirm it. I'm like, let me go somewhere that I know no one in my family's ever been to Boston before.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Never had any idea of ever going there. I was like, that was the one school that I had an offer from that was far enough that I felt like if I go here, I'm like, well, if I F up or something, I got to fix it. I got to figure it out. Anybody can be able to come save me. I'm like, no. You figure that out. Versus me going to like California or something. But I mean, I didn't have any offers out there. It's a little extra, but you know. But I was like, hey, listen, I'm like, it was an experience for me that I think most people my age actually do need because need opportunities to grow and grow up and like be accountable. Like, okay, if you did something wrong or you messed up or you didn't get the job done here, it's time you look in the mirror and be like, that's me. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I felt I came up short. So.
Yeah. No, I get that. You said something earlier when you were talking, we're taught to be afraid. So, cause you said it when I was young, you know, like I just went and I you know, I'm doing it, but looking back on it, like, and even just as an adult, like older people would be like, man, that's kind of crazy. It ain't really crazy. You know, you went into the unknown, you know, and you made something out of nothing. Like, I commend you for that. Let me say that, like that. I think that's admirable. But man, a baby don't know fear. Mm-hmm. They come into this world, like the world, evil is corrupt, all that stuff. It's a beautiful place too, but it's a lot that, you got this little thing coming in and they just do stuff. They do all kind of wild shit and do all kind of stuff, bump into stuff, everything. They touch shit, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're taught to be like, hey, no, don't touch that. They're taught.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So now as we get older and older and older and we see life and we got experiences and stuff like that, some people get more afraid. Mm-hmm. And then some people go into it. Like they embrace that. So nah, man, go into it. Embrace that. You ain't got nothing to fear. But fear itself, I guess. But put the work in, have the faith, man, keep going. Right. That's it. That's my opinion though. Yeah, well, it's the last one, man. We can get up out of here on this one. I'm going to start with you. Okay. So let's discuss something in your life you just can't seem to get over or maybe push through. Like even as time passes, though, like this is not that day-to-day stuff. This that like, man, I can't understand why I keep going through this. Like time after time, this shit keep happening. Do you have anything like that in your life?
I can't necessarily say I have something like that, but I would think like me and you were talking about it while we hit it off too. It was like we talking about mental health. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you're dealing with different aspects of mental health, everybody has different parts, some depression, anxiety, whatever. That would be considered in this realm, what you're asking, like something that you just can't get over. But I think you learn how to cope and move about with it. It's like you embrace it maybe as a part of something that you got going on with yourself, but you don't let that rule your world. So once you figure out how to maneuver around those things and you get your own little personal code or principles that you're using to help you fight through it, some people need some sort of medication. Some people don't. Maybe they just need to change in their routine or how they do things. Maybe you need to change your diet. Maybe you need to drink more water. Maybe you need to exercise. Like it's different for everybody. But I think everybody goes through some sort of mental health, but it's just different degrees of it. So I would say for the rest of my life, I'll always be a mental health advocate because I learned how to cope and deal with my depression, but I can't say that I'm over it, but I'm over it as a simple fact of I don't allow it to control me, like to control my world and to make progress. It was at one point in my life where it controlled me enough where I wanted to die pretty much. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So can I say that I got over it? I got help, right, but I'm just not in that place. You know what I'm saying? So that will always be a part of me, but it's not the dominant part of me. You can't allow those things to be the dominant. Like something bad happens to you, you can't allow it to be the dominant thing in your life. Because look how so much things good you do. But the first things that we think of are the negative things that happen to someone. Mm. You know what I'm saying? The negative things. That's the first thing that come to the forefront.
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads. And I get that. Now, so yeah, I get the part of the getting over. So with everything you said, would you say that you pushed through it?
Absolutely. I pushed, how I pushed through it? I pushed through it by forcing more positive things into me. Reading helped me a lot. And another thing that took me out of it, and I learned that from going to like a counselor. Mm-hmm. You know what really helped me was writing. Mm. Writing opened up a different part of my brain, which I always liked English and stuff like that. But writing helped me to express the details of my thoughts without missing points.
You talking like pen and pad? Like
journaling.
Okay.
Like
daily?
Yeah. I was doing that for a while. Like I would journal. Just write stuff down. Like, how you feeling today? Write that down.
Even if it's bad, if it's good.
Bad, good, indifferent. Yeah. Write it down.
Damn.
What you got going? Like, look, it had to be like a notebook. It could have been like a small pad or something, but jot down. How you feeling today? What we going through today? Bro, that helped me so much. I don't know what it was that triggered for me, but I was able to express myself through myself to the page and be able to read it back to myself. I don't know. It just did something to me. It just helped me.
Form of communication.
Yeah.
Because you're keeping a lot of it in and you're releasing it.
Yeah.
You know, and then also when you can read back, you kind of, I don't know, maybe you're processing. You're processing what's going on. You know,
and as I'm writing, it seems like I'm processing hard, like you really in your head. You know what I mean? So you're not missing any details. Right. That's why I always tell people, I enjoy texting.
Did you self-edit though? And what I mean is, even though you journaled, you writing, did you stop and be like, nah, I don't want to write that. I'm gonna write something.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I was just strictly however I felt. I was right there. I wasn't stopping and I don't feel this way. Nah. It was whatever I flow.
Okay.
I just write down whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I just flow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There was I didn't self-edit at all. No.
Mm. Have you journaled recently? Like how?
And that's how I got into the blogging. Because blogging came natural. So now you understand my process, how I went from got into blogging, period. And it was a release for me. Mm-hmm. So I figured I would incorporate something that I like to do that helped me into my world of where I'm at now, like in barbering or something, see if I can help somebody else.
Right.
And then I would tap into different topics and speak about it. Put in a paragraph or two, boom. But it was simple for me. I could do it in minutes. You know what I'm saying? So it was... So I don't know what it was about the writing. I still couldn't really tell you to this day what it was about the journaling, but they suggested that you do it and it really helped me. And it was, like you said, I guess because I was the type of person that kept it inside. So to express myself on paper helped me to be able to verbalize a little bit better. But then in the same aspect, some people say they hate texting. They rather talk to you on the phone. I hear people say that all the time. But with me, I was always say, like, I like to text because I don't miss the details.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some pushback. I feel you on that, on the details. But texting, sometimes people, they text in shorthand. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they, type in an email, to where you got to really make sure it's all there, to convey my point.
Yeah, that's kind of like an email. I feel like it's kind of
formal. It's too formal.
It's formal.
Too formal.
Yeah, too formal. Yeah,
and I agree.
It's not an immediate interaction.
I went to that extreme for a reason.
Okay,
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Okay.
All right. So now that we got texting where it's shorthand, and then we got an email that's more formal, you're trying to get everything in the punctuation right. You want them laughing at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So all right. If we're talking, right, and you hear me, you hear my inflections. You know what I'm saying? I could say one sentence. I could say one word, but the way I said it, you know how I'm feeling almost.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you miss all that.
That's what you miss from text. Cause I talk to my wife about this all the time in the sense of, I'm like, babe, you like, will you ask your girl to do this for me real quick? Cause I need her to do something for me.
Right.
She'll be like, hey, let me text her. Like, just pick up the phone and call her. And y'all can convey it real quick, but people do like to text. I ain't tripping off that. Yeah. It's just that certain things will be missed in context. Like it'll be missed because of the auditory. You didn't hear, or also so watch this. Me talking on the phone with you is one thing. Now us seeing each other and talking, that's going to be even a different thing.
Different thing.
You're going to see my body language. You're going to hear me. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm picking up on detail because I heard what you said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I heard you, but that text is different though.
It is.
Yeah, I can hold you accountable on that text.
You can.
Hey, receipts.
Yeah, receipts. Yeah.
Right here.
This is what you said. Yeah.
Sir, scroll. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I get what you mean. I guess it also depends on what the topics are, I guess. You know what I mean? Depending on how heavy it is, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So, I think there's ways around it, but sometimes you can read it and take it the wrong way. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
Yeah. I mean,
I ain't even mean it like that, bro. How you gonna get mad?
That happens.
Like, just call me and clear it up. You mad at me for 3 weeks off of a text? I ain't even know what happened.
Exactly.
You read it the wrong way. I ain't mean it that way.
Right. So
let's just talk.
I get it.
I've been there.
I get it.
That's the only reason I gave you pushback because I used to be big on that, man. Text me, bro, but then I done had some little,
depending on what the topic
fell out
is.
off a text.
Yeah, you be like,
I'm like, damn, my bad. I ain't even mean it. Like I'm reading it back. Like, oh, I see how he took it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way.
because you don't know you don't know their thought process when they're reading
in that moment too.
Yeah, in that moment,
how they feeling and how they receive them words.
Right. They thinking they mindset going a different way. You was like, bro, I ain't even talking about what happened. That I knew about that too, but I'm talking about something different. Yeah, I get it. I get it that part. Yeah. But I was just talking about for me, as far as like it was easy for me to communicate that way because it was just. Like I felt like I didn't miss out details. Like I'm processing as I'm writing it, so it's like I'm just tapping in on everything. I'm not forgetting nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I'm trying to get out, I got it right in front of me, and then once I spit it out, I can go back and reread. I'm like, oh, do I need to add something, take something away? More than likely, I'm never really taking anything away. I'm always like I might add something to it. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, in that moment, I feel like I got the details that I want. So I'm expressing myself how I wanted to say it. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And then, like you said, when you're communicating, with your girl or your boys or something like that, it just depends on the situation. Like, you know what I mean? I can see how stuff can be taken the wrong way. I get that. Because that happens all the time. I talk to a girl, someone texting me like, well, like the way you said that, like, or you could be like, oh girl, she don't even know like the anything really about texting too much. Like she'll text me a little something, but like she like texting in caps. I'm like, that means like you're screaming, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like some people just don't know. You know what I mean? They're like, what you mean? I was just texting you. Like, what you mean? I'm like, nah, boy, you're capital letter. That means you're screaming. Mm-hmm. They're like, that don't even make no sense. I'm like, but that's the world. That's the way it go. You know what I mean? Like, so,
understand the rules.
I get it.
Engagement.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to play in that game, you gotta know the rules. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to put you up on something. She wasn't offended when you told her them.
No, it was all good. It was like giving information. Like, oh, okay, so I know not to do that. Like, nah, if you texting somebody, you got all caps. That means you screaming out. You can't do that. You know what I mean? They're gonna take offense right away. They reading it like, oh.
All right, Trey. How about yourself, man?
Can you repeat that question one more time?
I'll go slow. So I want to discuss something with you that you just can't seem to get over or push through, like even as time passes. Not day to day. It's this, I can't really understand why I keep going through this, time after time. Like, this keep happening. Why? Is there anything like that?
I don't know if I have anything that is like constantly like happening over and over and over again. But I do have some things that I know that I've been trying to work on for a while that I'll probably work on for the rest of my life. One, self-discipline. And then the other being learning to control my focus. And so I'm the type of person that I will get interested in 15 things, like easily. Not only like ADHD type stuff, but like I like information. But I'm also the person, I want to know how and or why this works and why is it applicable for what we're doing, right? And so if there's something that I want to do, for example, instead of being able to sit down and just be laser focused on one part or one aspect of whatever it is I'm trying to do, I don't want to say I'll easily get distracted, but the curiosity will just draw me to other things as well. It might be in the same realm, but I'm not laser focused on the one task at hand. And that might be the most important task. And so, I mean, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize it more. And so I can be disciplined enough to be like, listen, control your energy, focus your energy on this one thing. Let's get this done. And then we can go to the next step or do something else. I think it's really it's a matter of just controlling the mind, and just the curiosity just runs. It's just like, I'm just interested in a lot of different things. And a lot of those things don't have nothing to do with each other. And so as a young adult trying to find even like a career path, it's like trying to figure out, okay, how are you going to hone in on what is it going to be exactly? Like, let's stay here on this path. Let's stay on this route and just go.
All right.
Versus where it's like, then I hear stuff too. Like, you young man, just try everything. And so I'm leaning into that. I like everything. I'm down to learn about whatever if I enjoy it. And so as I'm noticing as I get older, it's like, okay, this is great. You can have all the information in the world. You can like everything, but what are you going to be a master at? Like, what are you going to take the time to slow down and do?
So jack of all trades or master of none.
Right.
I know what you're saying on that. You definitely want to master something.
Yes.
I think that come with like, tapping into yourself, knowing yourself, understanding your purpose. But now watch this. If that's you, like, that you are into a lot of different things, that's what keep your motor running, right? Mm. I don't never like, I'm one of those people to where it's like, we find out what it is you're into, like, or what keeps you going. Right. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to maybe do some different stuff, we kind of divert that energy into that. So, all right, I'll give you an example. I'm trying to talk it out, but I can't really. So I'm going to just give you an example of what I mean. If you said that you like 5 different things, like you're into 5 different things, I'm just putting a number out there. It probably way more, but I'm just saying for the sake of conversation. If you're doing 5 different things, man, like there's nothing wrong with that. And that's your energy. It's more of like, now let's allot some time for it. So that way I don't get lost in it. I don't go down this tunnel and then I've maybe wasted a lot of time. I'm going to do maybe, I don't know, because it's not a lot of time in a day. So, put a cap on. All right, because watch this. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this, and I'm processing in my mind at the same time of the discipline and the focus. So if I know that I like to be into a lot of different things, I'm going to allot the time so that way I can do this. But the discipline is I'm not gonna go over this amount of time at all. I don't care how good it get. I'm going to set this amount of time so I can do this. But the discipline part is time limit. Once it hits, cut. Now, I move to the next, but I would make my list in priority because I might not be able to finish everything on my list. So most important to least important, and set time parameters for what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. That's the discipline part in implementing what you already have inside of you. Not going to tell you not to do many things. Mm-hmm. You do the many things, but now we set parameters within that could possibly help you work with both. That's what I'm getting.
That makes sense though.
Cause, and what I meant about the diverting energy is like, cause I didn't finish my thought on that. We have what's inside of us already. Nobody can be better than you at you. Mm-hmm. You at you. Like I can try to be you. I see everything you're doing. I like your whole everything. Right. I can go try to everything. Right. But you still gonna do it better than me because you're you. Okay. I can do it my way. Right. So I ain't finna really so if things are in me already, I take that. And if it's going into a negative way, I take that energy and I put them parameters and I channel it and then I divert that energy into this way where I want to go. Now, along this path, I don't know where I'm going to land. So that's the part of, even though I'm into all these different things and I'm going to try all these different things, I don't know what's going to be successful and not until I try it. Mm-hmm. So I implement discipline in it. And what starts to rise to the top, that's what I go with. The other stuff that I thought was, but it ain't, we get that out of there. Right. And that's how it's a process of elimination. We can figure that out. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. It took me a while to get to it, but
it makes sense. Yeah.
That's all. Like from what you gave me. Now if we had more time, we probably go a little deeper. But from that, bro, I like the advice because you are young and you want to try, like what you're into. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like that. Well, yeah, man, we got to eat. And I appreciate both of y'all for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having me, man.
I end every show the same way. So I got to start with you because it's only right. Here we go. How did we meet? What do you call me? Same question I'm going to ask you. Right. But I got to ask him first.
Yeah, you got to ask him first.
Exactly.
I met you, I guess you could say, I met you through My Touch.
Yeah.
Because you came in as a client.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you had personal relationships with the people that was in the shop.
Oh, so you couldn't tell when I was in there?
No, I knew.
Oh,
I knew that you knew, like y'all probably went to school, each other, whatever the case may be. Yeah. But I didn't know the history that you had with them. Like, I didn't know it was like, like you grew up with each other.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
them my brothers.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So but I knew it was a lot of people that came in there that was on that type of vibe. And then I heard you through conversation you was talking about, podcasts and stuff like that. And we had a conversation. I told you I was blogging and stuff like that. So, that's how I met you through that. And then I started to know who you was by when people would tell me, oh, that's the boy, so he, I know you got nicknames too, but like, I didn't know, what you were. Yeah, I ain't know that. I ain't know nothing about it. I just said, only thing when I hear you like talking and you talking, I'm like, oh, he sounds knowledgeable about like something he doing. So I just was like, I like his vibe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's how I met you. So then we had a conversation, you know what I mean? And it was just cool from that point on. But it was like, I stopped seeing you because you came in sometimes, but you didn't come in all the time. You know what I'm saying? But like, they, you know, it was your boys, so you could call them and talk to them anytime. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a relationship with you like that because I didn't really know you like that. So that's how I met you. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
And then it just happened to full circle. You know, now I'm you know, doing stuff with Thomas, and he like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He be tapping me to all the people that he messed with. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mess with him, so he like, you know, people that he comfortable with, he tapped me into them. So I'm like, all right. I said, all right, so I'm getting plugged in. But all right, I said, I got it. I get you. He said, because you know I don't fuck with everybody.
Exactly, right.
I said, I don't fuck with everybody like that, though.
That's real.
But
That's real.
You know that, though.
Yeah. So I'm glad. I appreciate my boy, you know, throwing me the lob on that one.
Yeah.
Now, just would you indulge me a little bit in just those barbershop experiences when I used to come in? Because you said you heard me talking. Now watch this. If you heard me talking, you probably was like at least a chair or two away from where I was at. So I got to be loud.
Yeah,
I got to be loud.
Talking about conversations, just like I don't know if you promoting your podcast, or but you was talking about you had a podcast and you were like maybe explaining about like what it was about, like, you know what I'm saying? So I overheard that conversation. Like, he was talking about, it was like, we might have somebody on, and it was like, yo, we was talking about this. You know what I mean? Like, I go back to Kerry, do this podcast, we gotta do one tonight. It was just something, it wasn't so much it was like detail, but I just knew he was into something outside of the realm of the barbershop. Like, he was doing something different. You know what I mean? Yeah. That I don't normally hear people talk about, really. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. I said, he different. He coming from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I like that. You know what I mean?
What's the general conversation in the barbershop? What are we normally going to talk about in the barbershop?
Sports, bro. It's either going to be sports or, you know, talk about some women or something. You know, just the general surface stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's what I mean about, like, so us as men will talk, but we stay surface. Yeah. Like, we don't talk about nothing, man. We talk, but we don't talk. Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, we spent all this time doing that, and we ain't talked about nothing for real, what's going on in your life. Like, something that could help you build in any kind of way. Thinking you over there going through that shit alone. Like, I'm going through the same thing right now. I'm over here quiet.
Right.
I can tell you I can tell you all the stats though. And I ain't knocking it. It's just, let's get a little balance. And that's why when I used to come in the barbershop, I know certain people used to wait for me to come to the barbershop. Like, bro, where you been? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was, you know? So, yeah, I get that. Well, hold on. I ain't gonna let you slide. So what do you call me though? Like, so what you call me?
I call you by your first name on here.
Throw it out.
Eric.
Don't be scared.
Eric.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I call you. That's why. But I also put in here your nickname too, though, because I was like, yo, I said, I know they don't necessarily call you that. What you prefer to be called though?
What's my nickname? Call me out.
Dub. I think Dub.
Yeah. Now 2 B's or 1. What'd you put?
I think I put 1.
There we go.
I think.
Okay. Keep it simple. All right.
So I wish my answer would be as fun as that. Like, I just met you in your living room. Hey, that's tough.
That's real.
But I know you as Eric.
Yeah.
But I like Dub too. I know you as Eric.
Yeah, I like Dub. Eric. I had to call him Dub.
I can't run from it. I've been there all my life. Well, not all my life, but you know, I've been there. So it's all good. And because I'm gonna share this with y'all and my audience, because I have only children in the house, and you are named after him who was named after your father, right?
Yes, sir.
So my mom and my dad, when they were thinking about naming me, they was gonna do a junior. I was actually gonna be a junior, right? They didn't, but then they flipped it at the last minute. So my father's name, my man right there in the back, you know what I'm saying? With a little V-neck. Okay. Yeah, right there. And that's my mom. Okay. So that's Pops. His name is, everyone calls him Derek. So if you meet anyone, they're gonna say Derek Wesley Whiteley. His middle name, he didn't even have a middle name. They just called him and gave him a middle name. So they put Wesley in there. Okay. But it's Derek Whiteley, right? That ain't how you spell it. My dad from Jamaica, and he came to America, so they just called him that. His name is Deoric. So they spell it like Deorick. Okay. Deoric Whiteley, right? Okay. So they took his name and just flipped it. So instead of Deoric, they called me Eric Dior. Nice. So that's what they did. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a junior. I would have been at the last minute.
You still got your dad name,
they mixed me up in there, you know what I'm saying? So they hit me with the Eric deal.
So that's what's up. I like that.
That's how they did.
That sounds like a designer name.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? That sounds like a clothing line right there.
Man, put the eighth down and come solve these problems.